A tiger, a bear, and a lion, sleeping side by side, heads pressed together. You've been staring at this image for 30 seconds now, convinced it's fake. It isn't. These three apex predators have shared the same bed, the same home, the same life every single day for 15 years. And the reason why will break your heart. Their names are Shere Khan, Baloo, and Leo. A tiger, a bear, and a lion. Together, the sanctuary staff call them BLT. And the story of how they came to share not just a home, but a family begins not in golden sunlight, but in the darkness of a basement in Atlanta, Georgia, in the year 2001. When Atlanta police kicked down the door of a suspected drug trafficker's home, they were prepared for what they might find inside. Weapons, contraband, evidence of a criminal network that had been unraveling for months. They were not prepared for what they found in the basement. Huddled in the dark, in conditions so horrific that officers on scene struggled to process what they were seeing, were three baby animals: a tiger cub, a bear cub, a lion cub, each only a few months old, each barely alive. The smell hit them first, then the silence. These three babies, animals that should have been tumbling through forests and savannas, loud and clumsy and full of life, made no sound at all, too broken, too exhausted, too far gone even to cry. Shere Khan, the tiger, was nothing but bones wrapped in skin, his ribs pressed sharply against his fur. He flinched at every sound, every movement, every hand that reached toward him. The malnutrition had advanced so far that rescuers genuinely weren't sure he would survive the night. Leo, the lion cub, bore a wound that told a story more heartbreaking than any report could capture. His nose was raw, infected, deeply scarred. The investigators pieced together what had happened. Leo had spent his entire short life pressing his face against the bars of his cage over and over, night after night, desperate to find a way out. In the pitch black of that basement, this tiny lion had pushed and pushed and pushed against the bars, searching for a world he had never even seen. And then there was Baloo. Baloo's condition stopped even the most seasoned rescuers cold. When he was just a cub, someone had fitted him with a collar and then simply left it. As Baloo grew, the collar did not. It tightened, then tighter still, until it had burrowed through fur, through flesh, embedding itself deep into his skin. The infection that followed had spread aggressively. He was running out of time. 3 babies, 3 different species, 3 separate tragedies unfolding in the same dark room. And yet this is the detail every rescuer who was there that day never forgot: they were not alone in their suffering. In the middle of all that fear and pain, the 3 of them had found each other. The tiger pressed close to the bear. The lion leaned in. In the darkest place any of them had ever known, they had chosen each other. The Noah's Ark Animal Sanctuary in Locust Grove, Georgia, took all 3 in, and the work began. Baloo needed emergency surgery almost immediately. The collar had to be carefully extracted from his flesh, the infection treated, the wounds closed. It was a delicate, desperate race. And while Baloo lay on the operating table, something remarkable was happening back in the enclosure. Shere Khan and Leo paced, back and forth, together, side by side, moving in the same rhythm, calling out softly in a way that made the staff stop what they were doing and simply watch. They weren't frantic. They weren't aggressive. They were searching, waiting. In whatever wordless language exists between a tiger and a lion, they knew their brother was gone, and they were not okay with it. When Baloo finally came back groggy, bandaged, healing, the reunion was quiet. No roaring, no dramatic leaping. The 3 of them simply came together, settled close, and went still, as if the world had corrected itself. From that moment, they were never separated again. Over the years, the sanctuary staff watched something extraordinary unfold. Shere Khan, who had grown from that hollow-cheeked, terrified cub into a magnificent, thick-striped tiger, became the groomer of the group. He would move between Baloo and Leo, licking their fur with a patience and tenderness that left visitors speechless. He was also the mischievous one, the instigator, the one most likely to knock something over just to watch the reaction. Leo grew into a lion unlike any other. Neutered young, he never developed the great mane that signals dominance and power in a male lion. He was sleek, understated, stoic. He spent long hours on the porch of their enclosure, watching the world pass with ancient amber eyes. Quiet, content. But give Leo a toy, any toy at all, and that stillness evaporated instantly. He would bolt for it faster than either of the others, sniffing it with the pure, focused delight of a kitten discovering the world for the first time. In those moments, you could see exactly who he had always been underneath. The cub who pressed his nose raw against the bars, desperate for something better. He had found it. And Baloo, sweet, gentle, patient. Baloo became the steady heart of their little family. He loved sweets. He loved his brothers. He carried the calm energy of someone who has survived the worst and emerged knowing exactly what matters. The staff called him dependable, a rock, the one the other two always drifted toward when the world felt uncertain. 15 years, every morning, every afternoon, every night, the three of them together. In 2016, something shifted. The staff noticed it, or rather, they noticed that Shere Khan and Baloo had noticed something first, before any visible symptoms. Before Leo lost his appetite or showed any outward sign of illness, his brothers had already changed. They stayed closer to him, moved more quietly around him, as though they were already keeping watch over something fragile. Animals carry a knowledge about each other that science is only beginning to understand. When Leo was finally examined, the truth was devastating. Cancer, advanced and aggressive. By the time the veterinarians could see it clearly, 80% of Leo's liver had already been consumed. There was no surgery that could save him, no treatment that could buy enough time. The lion who had spent his cubhood pressing his scarred nose against the bars of a basement cage, searching, always searching for something better, had run out of road. On the 16th of August 2016, Leo passed away, quietly, at the sanctuary that had given him 15 years of everything the world had originally denied him. The staff braced themselves afterward. Nobody quite knew what to expect from a tiger and a bear grieving a lion. But Shere Khan and Baloo did something that surprised everyone. They were calm. Not hollow, not lost. Calm in the deep, certain way that only comes from having been fully present for something. They had sensed Leo's decline before any human had. They had stayed close through the final weeks, pressed against their brother the way they had been pressed against each other since the very beginning in the dark of that basement. The night someone finally came to save them. They had given Leo everything. And now, they let him go. The story of BLT isn't really about a tiger, a bear, and a lion defying the laws of nature. It's about what happens when living things are stripped of everything. Safety, species, instinct, even hope, and still manage to reach toward each other in the dark. They didn't choose each other because biology said they should. They chose each other because in the worst moment of their lives, each other was all they had. And it turned out, that was more than enough. Shere Khan and Baloo still live at the Noah's Ark Animal Sanctuary today. Still side by side, still unhurried, still at peace. Some bonds are forged not in joy, but in survival. And those are the ones that last forever.